Ahoy! Good to see you here. I was just telling the Duke what happened on the far journey. I would love to tip an ale back with you, but we got to get me paperwork done. Why don't you speak to Duke Fearon? He can explain some things for you. Thanks for everything, really. You helped save me ship.
Don't you just love the sea? Isn't the sky so beautiful? Yo-ho-ho and a bottle of rum. Isn't the sky so beautiful? Yo-ho-ho and a bottle of rum. Yo-ho-ho and a bottle of rum.
I have been instructed to pass people of your stature to Dakir, the ambassador of Freeport. I suggest that you go speak to him, as you will find Freeport a much more fitting environment for you to live in.
You're the one from Varlus's ship, aren't you? I've heard good things about you. Good. I wanted to thank you for saving his ship. I'm Jason Fearon, and this is my island. I own every ship that sails in or out of this port, although lately that number has been getting smaller. Some believe it's because of the recent goblin uprising on the island, but the truth is those accursed Drakota destroyed our lost ships. The Drakota have been patrolling islands of the Shattered Lands for some time now, but recently their influence has spread to my normal trade routes. Well, at one time, we believed they were protecting their territory, but now it appears they are desperately searching for something. Well, some people say that they are mercenaries commanded by the ancient dragons, while others believe that they are just murderous beasts, slaughtering anyone that they see. I really don't know what to believe. Thankfully, no. This island has remained safe from Drakota attacks. Now, all we must worry about are those darn goblins. The size and intensity of their raids is increasing daily. I've told you already. This is my island. My organization, the Far Seas Trading Company, uses this island as their base of operations. We train all the refugees that we come across, and then deliver them to the cities. We used to just run supplies from island to island, but when Kinos and Freeport made the Pact of Siren, we started running refugees too. The Pact of Siren states that any vessel bearing skilled refugees can freely dock in either of the two great cities. We then get paid for each skilled person delivered to the custody of that city. Not at all. We help those in need by preparing them for life in the great cities. When they arrive, they find the shelter that they need. We will get paid for delivering them, and the city will get another productive member of their populace. See? Everybody wins. No, but we are the best. After all, no other guild has a training yard of this size and a live goblin uprising to boot. Also, we're the only ones that serve both cities without bias. Well, it used to be that anyone with a ship ran refugees, But now only large guilds are able to make a profit, and even we struggle to make ends meet. When the pact was first signed, the cities were struggling for power and would outbid each other for refugees. Now, the cities are flooded with people, and the prices for refugees have dropped considerably. The requirements of the cities are stricter, and they now require us to train the refugees before bringing them to the cities. It eats at our profits and doesn't even guarantee the refugee citizenship. Both of the cities have citizenship programs. Once you are delivered to the city, you will live in the outskirts until you have proven your worth. Each city handles it differently. You'll have to ask around once you get there. I'm sure that you will be able to figure it out. I've got to get back to my business now. Thanks again for your help, and good luck in your training.
Just thinking of those lovely white doves flying around a beautiful moat, and the way Kino's citizens always have a smile. Just the thought disgusts me. Listen, and listen well. If you want a real life, one with freedom, one with power, one with an opportunity to serve a greater cause, Freeport is your only choice. My words intrigue you. Good. Well then, let me continue. Our great overlord rules Freeport with a watchful eye and an iron fist. With his strength guiding us, Freeport easily defends its walls against both orcish hordes and ruthless cutthroats. A lesser city would have been destroyed long ago. So, what do you think? Do you possess the strength to live in the greatest city in Norrath? Is your will strong enough to see your way through the troubled times ahead? Or are you a smiling do-gooder who prefers frolicking in the streets of a softer city? Excellent. I knew you were a brave soul. First, you must speak to the Duke and arrange passage to Freeport. The Overlord will cover the expenses for your journey, but you must repay him for his generosity. When you reach the district where you are living, speak with the overseer assigned to the area, and he will show you to your new quarters.
Hello. Hello there. I was just sitting here, waiting for the boat to Kinos. Oh, I'm going there to meet my father. He dropped me off on this island because he was afraid our boat wouldn't make the trip. I begged him to stay, but he said he had urgent news for Kinos. I'm not quite sure. He was in such a hurry that he never told me. Also, I may have been a little distracted by his ship. It was really amazing. Well, because it was underwater, of course. Have you ever seen a boat that runs beneath the waves? I certainly haven't. It was such genius. I spent the entire voyage inspecting it. I'm certain he hadn't planned on it falling below the surface. It's just another example of our curse, I suppose. Surely you've heard of the Wobblecog family curse of miscalculation. No? No. I suppose you haven't, have you? Well, it doesn't appear that the boat is here yet. I imagine I've got time to tell you about our curse if you'd like to hear it. Very well. It began long ago in Akanon, when the king decided to hold a contest. It was grand. The king invited everyone to make a clockwork king, and the one that most resembled him would win. The two favored inventors were my ancestor, Tezik Wobblecog, and an ingenious but maligned tinkerer named Meldrath. They both submitted their designs, and after much deliberation, it was found that the Wobblecog plan provided a much more accurate interpretation of the king. Tezik's clockwork became the royal doppelganger, of course, and Meldrath became infuriated. He placed a curse on my family that has lasted every generation from then onward. He cursed us with miscalculation. It's nearly driven my family to madness. We are the most ingenious inventors, you see. We have truly inspired ideas, but cannot ever see them through to completion because we fumble some inane formula. Oh, it is. Take my father, for instance. We thought he had finally overcome the curse when he made that boat. Oh, it looked so beautiful, and was more complete than any other Wobblecog invention has been in centuries. Then, as soon as we got it out in the ocean, it sunk like a rock. Who knew iron wouldn't float? Luckily, my father had compensated for the curse. He knew something was bound to go wrong, so he completely encapsulated the boat, making it watertight just in case something went awry. Sure enough, the moment she left the berth, the ticking tock fell straight to the sea floor. Oh yes, there were several waterproofed whirligigs set up in a Flagnuvian configuration to displace the Maganominal Nognards.
Aye, aye, Captain. Aye, aye, Captain. Isn't the sky so beautiful?
Goodbye.